This has become Monday's #1 drama.
You could wake up one day and...
So, change of plans? Are we staying for the whole game?
Yeah.
We've become unresponsible parents. The Crazy Picker Life with Wheeler, Dealer, and Banana Peeler. Good morning, YouTube. That's what we used to say, I guess. Good morning, fellow pickers and would-be adventurers. Dealer with the Crazy Picker Life Sunday edition, Family Fun Day edition. Well, not a lot going on today. We're not traveling today. We're in the office here for a little while. I was uploading my video. Boys are playing some video games, and we just got this Monopoly thing. You want to give us the tour? We cleaned it up a little bit and checked if all the pieces were there. What is this?
The Monopoly Collector's Edition, which is also the Franklin Mint Edition.
Made by Franklin Mint? I thought they only made mints.
Nah, they made like crazy high-end Monopoly.
Yeah, so Franklin Mint makes like awards and special cars and vehicles, and I don't know, it's not really jewelry, but show us some of these pieces. First of all, the money's pretty cool. It's got this drawer. What about the hotels and the pieces? What's up with those?
They're 24 karat gold plated.
Okay, and the houses?
Silver plated.
Yeah, and the money is different. It's thicker and has kind of a neat feel. These look like they have some sort of embossment on them. The whole table's kind of neat. We had to wipe it down and we vacuumed the foam off. The corners get all dusty. That looks like it might be gold leaf. Show me what's inside the
Properties.
Yeah, so they've got a binder for them and everything. It's a really nice set. So we sort of know what these go for. We saw one at the flea market a year or two ago, like this with they have a table option on the bottom. They wanted a few $100s, maybe $300. This I think retails for somewhere between $300 and $600.
Yeah, the ones with the table go for $1,000.
Yeah.
Plus.
So you remember what we paid for this?
$35.
How about
30?
30?
Yeah, 30.
Yeah, we paid $30 for this, and it's you know, it's in 85-90%, 95% condition once we cleaned it up. So are we going to play some Monopoly this fall and winter?
Hopefully.
Okay, like Sunday night game night.
Yep.
When there's no football, right? And you guys are playing Rally X.
Yep. Which I hold the record. Neat. Oh wait, then beat it.
Sam, be careful not to tip that table over, okay? By leaning on it. Might want to just stand. If you need a chair, I can bring one over.
There's like two right there.
Jake will help you bring one over if you need one. Okay, so we're just down here for like a half hour to get video and stuff scored away. Later on, we've been kind of playing outside and stuff. It's actually not morning, it's afternoon now. Been playing outside a little bit and just kind of relaxing around the house. I'm making supper tonight. We got some good fresh stuff from Whole Foods. Fresh lemon pie. Fresh sort of lemon pie. Not homemade, but fresh, I guess. Never frozen. And then tonight, the debut. Anyway, Packers are on tonight. I don't even know who they're playing, but late Sunday night game. You know, Wheeler?
What? I know what? Packers?
Yeah.
Nope.
They're going to play tonight, so we're going to be down here watching the Packer game with everybody, I guess. What's Wheeler up to?
I'm playing around some watches. I got this thing resized, the Super Fossil Speedway.
I like the red.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. I like that.
What's the symbol in there? What is it?
I don't know. It's like Daytona or something.
A fossil?
Yeah. No, I don't know. It's just like circle and then, I don't know. Chronograph.
Yeah. All right.
It's got the start, stop, and then it goes.
Having some fun. So we're not going to spend a lot of time in here.
Nope. And I'm working on some other watches here. This one here.
Yeah, watch time. We're not doing show and tell. It's just happy Sunday.
Some stuff.
Yeah, have fun. Trying to turn it into a, you know, not trying to turn it into that kind of video. So, a Couple things on my mind since I got some time. My video is just about done, 15 minutes or so. Make this a productive vlog or whatever. So we went to Denver yesterday. We went to the flea market. We went downtown Denver. We went, not really downtown, but off downtown to a Whole Foods in a different neighborhood, and then scooted out of there. There's a big difference that I noticed when we take our van into town and when we take the bright green Jeep Wrangler Rubicon into town. Now, it's strange, but there is a lot of, I guess, criminal activity would be the way to sum it up, that I knew was around. Obviously, I haven't lived in big cities for 10 years, and really for 15 or 20, because we lived in a medium-sized town of 50,000-60,000 for 10 years, I guess, is a good way to put it. And then I've been in and out of larger cities like Milwaukee and the outskirts of Chicago and that whole coastline of Wisconsin, Illinois, Lake Michigan there. Pretty dense. Madison, Wisconsin's got plenty of criminal activity. So being out here for almost 10 years, a town of 5,000, 8,000 people in the county, maybe 10 or 15,000 people within a 75, 80 mile radius, 100 mile radius. There's crime, but it's nothing like, crime in big cities and things like that. So we have had a couple incidents with the van over the last year, really. One, we were in a nice Embassy Suites hotel. Over the night it was dark and rainy and stormy, and we were parked a ways out, well lit. They have security that drives around there. They have police that drive around there. Still got a hit and run. They broke in the windows, damaged another window, took some stuff. The whole deal was a couple $1,000 out of my pocket. So that wasn't so good. It could have been a lot worse. We had a lot of things in there that weren't stolen. And then we had an incident in Minneapolis again, a separate, Omaha was the first one. Minneapolis, we had an incident where it was very, very clear that some younger 20-something, low-life punks were casing my van out when I went into a store with my brother-in-law and his kid and banana peeler or Wheeler or whoever was with me. I can't remember. It was very evident to me that they were casing it to see if it was worth, check. Well, for sure they were going to check the doors to see if they were open or whatever. And I did confront them, which probably was the wrong thing to do with knives and guns these days. I'm not a timid person. I think when it comes down to it, if the shit hit the fan, I would protect my family, protect my van, protect myself, and probably kick some butt. But I don't really want to face a knife or a gun or a druggie or some sort of ninja warrior or a stray hit that hits me in the wrong spot, whatever. I don't want to deal with that necessarily, but I called them out on it, let's just say that, and that was enough. Now, fast forward to today, when we go into Denver in the full light of day, I don't feel too bad. We go into some neighborhoods that are questionable. We go into neighborhoods where there's people that have income challenges, and sometimes I feel a little bit out of place. I feel a little bit I don't know about nervous, but wary, There's sometimes with the van, if we get gas at the wrong gas station, and there's like people that sort of hang out there, that you can tell that obviously their eyes are on you and there's some displeasure that you're there, or they're scoping you out a little bit or whatever. I mean, I was 15, 14, 16, 18 once, hanging out, doing all that same stuff, so I understand. Things have changed a little bit today. Now, my wife has sort of a network in town of people. She deals with business owners and people that have some money. She's given me 2 stories of two separate times. People, one at the airport and one somewhere in Denver. People have got their vehicles either broken into and or all 4 wheels stolen off their vehicle. So, I mean, this stuff is happening, and certainly there would be a targeting of out-of-town vehicles in a sense, because when you don't live in that, you don't necessarily have all the precautions in place. We haven't had any trouble with the van at the flea market. We haven't had any trouble with the van anywhere in Denver. It's a little bit more low-key. And a lot of times, you know, we're in and out. We keep moving. It's not a big deal. And I kind of park, you know, I don't park like in an alley somewhere where it's dark, where there's a bunch of guys sitting there rolling dice or something. So, 2 things we encountered, two or three different things that we encountered when we were in the bright green Jeep. When I came out of the flea market, we had loaded the Jeep with 1 load. We went back and did some more shopping. I left Wheeler in there with the cart, the second cart, and I was going to pull the Jeep around to get the toilet in there. If you watched my last vlog, I bought a nice toilet at the flea market for our basement. I wanted to put the toilet in, then the second cart, so that's just how it worked out. So I went out there to pull the Jeep around to the other side of the flea market, closer to the toilet. When I went out of the flea market, right next to it on the far side, there were 2 greasy looking dudes sitting in a sedan, sitting there next to my vehicle. You know, you pay to come into the flea market, usually people go in. And if you're dropping somebody off, okay, you're dropping somebody off. But why would you be way the heck out there just sitting there? You're either scoping my vehicle or you're scoping somebody else's vehicle, or there's some kind of a deal going down. That's the way I look at it. And so, you know, I've got the highest end stock wheels on my Jeep. They are Rubicon wheels. They do have, you know, however protective it is, they do have the protective lock on there that probably anybody can have the keys made or in their thing for those. It's probably, I don't know, 5 minutes and you have all 4 of them off and you're gone with the right tools. So these guys probably were sitting there scoping a number of vehicles and waiting to see who was staying late and waiting to see who wasn't. They have a haunted house there, so some people are going and staying late. Who knows? I did have 1 cartload of stuff in my vehicle, and you know, they don't know what else is in there. Obviously, they could be scoping me as a buyer. I think they were looking at my wheels. Easy aftermarket for Jeep wheels. Not traceable, good buy sell market, from out of town, so like I wouldn't show up somewhere and see them for sale, however, Craigslist, who knows. But you know, I broke that up by going there. I took a quick video of the back, how full it was. I got in there, I noticed them there. They you know, they were like low key, squinching down a little bit maybe. And I took off, and then that was that. But it definitely made me feel uncomfortable, like something might have been going on there. I was being targeted, or at least checked out, or whatever. my vehicle does attract attention. So the other thing, we parked downtown and we parked by the Hyatt down there, and within half a second of getting out of the vehicle and opening another door and looking in there and shutting it, I back up and this lady with, you know, just sort of like The Walking Dead was right on me. "Excuse me, sir, can I ask you a favor?" And, you know, I went through that in yesterday's vlog, how I feel about that. The favor, I said no. And, you know, Wheeler was kind of stumbling and bumbling with it. He didn't know what to do. So he was out there a second before I was, and I think she might have said something to him too. But I just said no. It was obvious to me that she was, you know, looking for money and spending her time doing that rather than something productive. It was a nice day. She could have found somebody, a shop that had flowers, and offered to stand outside and sell flowers on a different corner or something. You know, brainstorm it, people. They're not watching my vlog most likely, and if they are, they're casing me. Great. So anyway, that was one, and then another time we ran into another guy when we were walking without the Jeep being there. You know, the Jeep, it's an expensive vehicle. It's not like a Bentley, it's not a Ferrari, but it attracts attention that, hey, you know, you're flashy, I guess, you got money. So this was without that. Another guy asked us the same thing, the same line, you know. "Hey, can I ask you a favor?" It's a very soft sell, you know. And I'm like, no. So when we were driving, and we chose to drive, I can't think of the highway there, but one of the main lines through Denver, we took that instead of the highway. The highway was crawling, stop and go. So we decided to take an east-west road east, and all through the pawn shops and the bars and you know, some neighborhoods that are a little lower money class. And there were heads swinging. You know, when we're at the stoplight, there were people looking and things like that. And some of them are looking because, hey, it's a cool Jeep. And some of them are looking because of the color. And some of them haven't seen the color. And some of them are like drooling because they want to take something, you know. So it does attract the wrong. We didn't go into thrift stores or pawn shops or anything like that. Not because I wasn't wanting to, we just had too much stuff. But I think it would attract the wrong element, especially if, you know, you start paying with cash at a pawn store or something like that. So I'm a little leery about taking it into Denver or any big town anymore. We'll do some picking in it, but I think it's going to be more of the small towns around here. That was a lot of fun. I forget where we went. We went to Hayes and went to a run or something like that, one of these towns around here, and then did a little picking in it. That was a lot of fun, and I didn't feel threatened at all. I didn't feel uncomfortable at all. So if you're gonna go picking, don't bring your fun vehicle, I guess, especially big town. Now, I was talking to Lon about this a little bit, and she said, you know, that's why you bought it. And then I'm like, no, that's not why I bought it. I bought the Jeep because I like Jeeps. I bought the color because it pops. I like it. I like looking at it. I like how awesome it looks. It's different. I like that. I like green. I like fluorescent green, you know. But along with that, when you have that, unfortunately, you also buy all the looks from other people for all various reasons. And so I get that. I didn't necessarily get how much it was going to be. I didn't realize. On the way home, there was a state trooper, and he had somebody pulled over, and there weren't a lot of cars. There's never a lot of cars on I-70. But he gave me a complete 180 head swing, smug look like, you're next, buddy. And there's no way I'm going to get that with the van. Enough said about that. So anyway, you know, I like the Jeep. I bought the Jeep because I like it. Do I like a little bit of attention, like somebody coming up with another Jeep and saying, hey, I like your Jeep? Sure I do. Do you know, I like a few heads turned and things like that. in my town and things like that. Hey, you're not driving the 1995 Grand Am with the whole side bashed in with the different color hood that you used to be driving. Do I like that a little bit? Yeah, I like that a little bit. Do I want people with their jaw dropped, licking the ground? I gotta have your Jeep. Oh my goodness, you're a superstar. You're so wonderful. You must be super successful. Oh, can I be your friend? Do I want that? No, I'm not interested in that. So, you know, you gotta have that discussion. It's not just cut and dry. That's why you bought it. One of my responses to Lon, I know you're watching, was, I married you. You're a beautiful woman. I married you because I like you and I like how you look. Now, along with that, obviously, with her look, she turns heads. People look at her. Guys look at her. Girls look at her. Everybody looks at her, you know? And so if you marry a beautiful woman, you know, maybe some people bling it all out. They're all blinged out. They do that for like show, you know, if you're in Hollywood or if you're that type of person, a vain type of person. I like my wife. I think she's pretty. Other people do look. That comes along with it. So, you know, what are you gonna do? I mean, I like to tell her that she married me too for that same thing, and obviously, you know, you have to dust all the looks off, you know. Oh my goodness, so funny. Look, I know I've got a sort of a rugged look. I know I'm not that attractive. I don't really care. You know, you get comfortable with who you are. I'm dealer. I'm the crazy picker life guy. Okay, I'm going to end this, but really, there was a night and day difference between picking in the Jeep and picking in the van from the perception of people around you and sort of the looks and the element that it may or may not have attracted. I didn't like that. And so I'm sure some of you out there have vehicles that attract sort of the wrong thing. I think you're better off picking in a low-key vehicle more so. I mean, my van is nice. My van is it's 2011. It's getting old. It's a high-end 2011 Chevy van. It's the 3500. It's all, you know, decked out for what it is or whatever, tinted, nice running boards. Of course, I hit stuff with it. But it doesn't attract any attention. It just, you know, people don't see it. People don't wake up to it. But put bright colors, put loud noise, put racing car, put bright Jeep, put anything like that in front of people in cities, and you're gonna attract things. So I don't know if this will be helpful to some of you. If you're only driving a nice car, you might go, oh, it is true. And if you're only driving a medium or a lesser car, you might say, oh, okay, well, I won't drive my Ferrari. And when I get one, I might leave it in the garage, and when I'm picking anyway. All right, so I'm gonna go finish this vlog thing and gather the boys. We're gonna go home. I'm gonna make some kind of a supper. I don't even know what I'm gonna make, but it's gonna be yummy. I make suppers on Sunday nights for the family, give Lon a break. And she makes suppers more or less the other nights unless we're eating out or unless I'm on the road eating out. So Lon, I appreciate that every night that you're working on that. I know when I'm working on installing that toilet, you're going to appreciate that I do stuff like that. And I don't always make dinner, but I do install the toilets and carry them around and take the old one, the old cruddy one out and figure out what to do with it. So I'm going to go do that, and then I will bring the camera with me a little bit when everybody's here cheering for the Packers, and we'll see what goes on then. See you at the Packer game. Halftime, Packers-Giants game. Let's see if we can get any, let's see if we can get I'm on camera. What do I want?
Can I play with my board players in that bucket?
Can you do what? Yeah, but ask Jacob to move it around for you. Move stuff around for you. Halftime, what's the score? 14-6. Oh, it's not over. 17-6, Packers. Now we got a Packer blanket. We got the new thing up, which I guess went unnoticed. Let's see if we can get an interview with Green Bay's #1 fan. What's going on?
Go Pack, go.
That's it?
You could wake up one day and
So, change of plans? Are we staying for the whole game?
yeah.
We've become unresponsible parents.
Kids are still up.
Kids are still up. Gonna keep going. Am I gonna have to carry you home?
No, no chance.
You might have to carry me home.
Take a nap over there.
Over there in the corner?
Around here,
What do you mean?
constant
Right over
about
there.
weather is change.
Here?
That's why we track. So we can
That
alert,
side?
so
Yeah.
you can prepare.
Thought you invited me over by you.
Mobile device, no matter where
That was
you
just
are.
for the first half.
24/7
Yep.
access to the most
I'm out
current
now.
conditions and forecasts at
Nap time.
ksn.com. And the expertise and in-depth coverage from the Storm Tracker team.
We gotta pause this volume. So here's the view.
KSN, covering the weather with
pretty good.
accuracy and precision.
Watch, man.
Oh yeah.
He found a gold chain, gold-filled chain.
I should have my gold chains, gold watches.
So he's just digging around and he looks at a chain and then he looks at the letters on it. Oh, who's that?
Packer.
Look at he's dressed like a Packer fan.
Celebrating 75 years.
Look, reads a little right on there. Here's gold,
Chains over here.
gold filled.
Look at this.
You wearing them?
Gold chains. Yeah, I got my pocket watch in here.
Attitude, call you 3 chains.
Yeah, 3 chains. That's me.
I know what this is.
2 lines of
Fire
chains.
truck.
Yep, it's a fire truck all worn off. Okay, that's it, man. Party over. I gotta go take my nap. Thanks for watching. Tomorrow's Monday. I guess it's banking and mail holiday, so maybe I will, maybe I won't.
At Papa Murphy's, love means using only chicken, raisins,
Dealer
and
out.
probiotics. Tonight.
Dealer production.